I used to work at this Starbucks. It was the most stressful job I think I've ever had. So it was while I worked at that Starbucks that I started to develop a weed addiction. It wasn't an addiction to start. It actually started off pretty social. And so at that point, I was pretty open to smoking. Even though I used to be really against it, I used to actually be what you call straight edge in high school. I was against alcohol and drugs. It started to turn into something I just did by myself. This is over a span of years. Fast forward to like when I lived far away from all my friends, I was smoking alone a lot of the time and like all day. And just dealing with all these thoughts of loneliness and depression. And eventually smoking was just not fun anymore, to the point that I actually started to develop breathing issues. I would wheeze and I would have to use an inhaler. It was pretty bad. Sometimes I had to go to the emergency room. I didn't even realize I had a problem until I actually did want to stop. I would legitimately wonder, when am I ever going to stop? So fast forward to when I gave my life to Jesus. I verbally told him, I give my life to you, Jesus. And I prayed against demonic oppression in my life. And I felt completely different from night to day, from darkness to light, from sadness to joy, from anxiety to peace. The next day when I went to take my usual one hit, I realized that desire was completely gone. I didn't want to do it anymore. I had no desire. So it just opened my eyes to the fact that I was dealing with demonic oppression in the area of addiction. Ever since then, I've never even had the thought or desire to smoke weed again. I literally was a weed spokesman. I would literally tell everyone, you gotta try this, you gotta smoke, it's not bad, you can't be addicted. To being completely free and realizing I was addicted, I was bound to it. I could not live without it. And now I'm experiencing complete freedom through Jesus. Like, my mind is silent, I'm at peace, I have joy. Those are the kind of things that weed would offer temporarily, but honestly, it led to a lot of oppression because I would give into these thoughts of loneliness and sadness and depression. Because when we smoke, we actually get thoughts that we think are ours, but are not really ours. Not every thought is our own, and we can actually reject thoughts that do not align with the Word of God.